Good morning, students. I hope you all are fit and fine at home. In our today's class, we will start the first chapter of economics, that is the story of village Palampur. Palampur, which is an imaginary village of western part of Uttar Pradesh. And through this village, in this chapter, we will discuss the conditions of village. Which type of activities are occurred in any village of the country. And in the overview paragraph, here we discuss about the main activity of the village is farming. Mainly people involved in the agriculture activities in the village. And beside this, there are some other activities like small scale manufacturing, dairy farming, transportation, etc. And in this chapter, first here is given the introduction of the village Palampur, about the location of the village Palampur. Underline the neighboring town and village of Palampur. Raiganj, a big village, is 3 km from Palampur. The neighboring village of Palampur is Raiganj, and the distance between Palampur and Raiganj is 3 km. And for this, all weather roads are connected. The village to Raiganj. In Palampur there is a all-weather roads. All-weather road means pakka roads. The roads made up of cement and concrete. So these all-weather roads connect the village to the Raiganj. And the nearest town to Palampur is Shahapur. And here is the mainly the transportation vehicle which move from one place to another place, which connect the Palampur to Raiganj and to Shahapur are motorcycles, jeeps, tractors, trucks, and beside this the bullock carts, tongas, bogies. Bogie means wooden cart drawn by buffaloes. So these are the vehicles which moved the people and goods from one place to another. And in the next paragraph, here is given about the distribution of families. There are total 450 families in Palampur. The total number of the families in Palampur is 450. And these 450 families are divided on the basis of different caste. Underline the 80 upper caste families own the majority of land in the village, and their houses are made of brick with cement plaster. Among the 450, there are 80 upper caste families in Palampur, and these upper caste families have pakka houses. The houses made up of brick and cement plastering, and these people have majority of the land. Most of the land area of the village are held by these 80 upper caste families. The next, the SCs comprises 1/3 of the population and live in corner of the village. Or 1/3 population means 450 का 1/3 150. So 150 families belong to scheduled caste, low caste families, and they live in the corner of the village. And the remaining 220 families belong to middle caste families. So this is the distribution of families according to caste. The total families 450 families. In this 80 families belong to upper caste, 150 families belong to low caste, and 220 families families belong to middle caste. And Palampur is a well-developed village. How we can say it is a well-developed village? Because most of the houses in Palampur has electricity connection. They use the electricity to perform their work. They use the electricity to run the tube wells, which is used to irrigate their land area. And beside this, Palampur has 2 primary schools and 1 high school. And there is a proper education facility in Palampur. And for health facilities, there is a primary health center run by the government and 1 private dispensary where the sick people is treated. Okay, there is a proper health facilities is available in Palampur. And we earlier also discussed there is a all-weather roads. Mean the Palampur is well connected with other towns and cities with the pakka roads, metallic roads. And next here is given about the factors of production. Note down the aim of production. The aim of production is to produce the goods and services that we want. This is the main aim of production. Here the main aim of production is to produce goods, to produce services. And to produce goods and services, there is 4 factors of production, which is also known as organization of production. And these 4 factors are: number 1, land. In the first requirement for the production of goods and services is land and other natural resources. Second requirement is labor. Labor means the people who will do the work, means the people who perform the work. This is the second requirement. This is the second factor of production. And the third factor of production is physical capital. Physical capital means the inputs which is required for the production of goods and services. The inputs which is used to produce goods. And this physical capital is further divided into 2 parts: fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital means those capital which is used in a long run. For example, building, tools, machinery. So these are known as fixed capital. And second is working capital. Working capital means those capital which is used in a short run, like raw material, money. So these things are used in a short period of time. And this is known as working capital. So these are the 2 types of physical capital. Now the fourth factor of production is, the fourth requirement is human capital. Human capital means the knowledge, the skill of the human beings, mean the technology, the knowledge of the people, knowledge of the human being, which produce the things, produce the goods and services. So that knowledge, that skill of an individual, of any person, so that is known as human capital. So these are the 4 factors of production, which is also known as organization of production, or we can say the requirement of production. And in next chapter we are discuss about these 4 factors of production in detail. The first factor of production is land. So first of all, we will discuss about land. The first topic under this farming activity is land. Land is fixed. Land is fixed means we can't increase or decrease the area of land. How much land is available in any area, in any village, that is fixed. We can't increase or decrease it. Okay, and here is given the 75% of the people who are working are dependent on farming for their livelihood. Meaning village, near about 75% people are engaged in the agricultural activities. But in Palampur, the land area is fixed, and since 1960 in Palampur there has been no expansion in land area under cultivation. कि 1960 तक जितना भी लैंड एरिया था उसको एग्रीकल्चर के लिए मतलब जितना भी वो यूज़ कर सकते थे, दैट एरिया इज यूज्ड फॉर कल्टीवेशन. उसके बाद लैंड एरिया को इंक्रीज नहीं किया जा सकता था. जितना भी लैंड अवेलेबल थी एग्रीकल्चर के लिए, दैट हैज़ बीन यूज्ड. नाउ इन द नेक्स्ट, here is given a box, and this box here is given about the measuring units of land area. Okay, how we can measure the land. And for measuring land, the standard unit is hectare. Hectare is the standard unit of measuring land. And beside this, there are some local units such as bigha, guntha, etc. So these are the local units, meaning local language. The land area is measured, but the standard unit of the measuring land is hectare. Now the next topic is there a way one can grow more from the same land? Earlier we said the land area is fixed. We can't increase or decrease the land area. But if land is fixed, can we increase the production? Can we increase the production on the same piece of land? Yes. We can increase the production on the same piece of land. We can't increase land area but increase the production of the crops on the same piece of land. Mean in Palampur, the farmers grow near about 3 crops in a year. Underline it. During the rainy season, Kharif farmers grow jawar and bajra. In the winter season, rabi fields are sown with wheat, and in between the potato is grown between the October and December. So these are the 3 crops. Mean during the rainy season, the farmers in Palampur, they grow jawar and bajra, and in between October and December they grow potatoes, and in the winter season the rabi crop wheat is grown by the farmers in Palampur. Mean the farmers in Palampur grow 3 crops in a year, and in this way the production can be increased on the same piece of land. And we can also explain this question under heading first by multiple cropping. Multiple cropping mean, underline कीजिए, to grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping, like the farmers do in the Palampur. They grow more than one crop. They grow 3 crops in a year. That is known as multiple cropping, and in this way the production is increased on the same piece of land. And the second way of increasing the production is modern farming methods. Sometimes farmers used modern methods, like they used HYV seeds. HYV seed means high yielding variety seeds. These are different from the traditional seeds, and these HYV seeds increase the production of the crops. And when the farmers use chemical fertilizers instead of cow dung. In traditional methods, farmers use cow dung as a manure to increase the fertility of the soil. But when the farmers started to use chemical fertilizers, this results in the increase of production. And the farmers can also use pesticides to protect the crops from diseases. This also results in the increase of production. The farmers use modern machinery like tractors, harvesters, threshers, which also results in the increase of production because it reduces the time and labor of the farmers, and farmers can grow more than one crops in a year. So that's why by using these modern farming methods, farmers can also increase the production on a same piece of land. Okay, and here is given about the increase of production in Palampur. In Palampur, near about, underline कीजिए, in Palampur, the yield of wheat grown from the traditional varieties was 1300 kg per hectare, and with the HYB seeds, the yield went up to 3200 kg per hectare. Mean when the farmers use traditional methods, the production of the crop is 1300 kg per hectare. But when the farmers used modern methods, HYB seeds, chemical fertilizers, so with these modern methods, the yield increased to 3200 kg per hectare, near about double. More than double. The production has been increased by using these HYB seeds from 1300 kg per hectare to the yield went up to 3200 kg per hectare. Here is the term yield. Yield means the crop produced on a given piece of land during a single season. In a single season, not during a year. During a single season, what amount of crop is grown? That is known as yield. And this yield has been increased by using the modern farming methods. So students, in our today's class, we discuss about this thing and you read the chapter carefully, and if you have any query, then you can ask us in our doubt clearing session. Okay? Thank you.